The Trump administration has banned the use of bump stocks, devices that let the rifles fire like machine guns. After promising to do so earlier this year, the final date to destroy or turn in the devices is 21st March, said White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. The push to ban bump stocks followed the deadly mass shootings in Las Vegas in October 2017 and Parkland, Florida in February. Pro-gun advocates have said they are prepared to fight the ruling court. Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker signed the new regulation on Tuesday, and it is expected to be published in the Federal Register on Friday. Bump stocks, or slide fire adapters, allow semi-automatic rifles to fire at a high rate, similar to a machine gun, but can be obtained without the extensive background checks required of purchasing automatic weapons. Las Vegas gunman Stephen Paddock used a bump stock to fire rapidly into the crowd, killing 58 last year. Following the Las Vegas shooting, lawmakers began discussing a ban on the devices. In February, 17 people were shot and killed at a high school in Parkland, Florida, reigniting the gun control debate. Though bump stocks were not used in that attack, shortly after, President Donald Trump directed the Department of Justice to look into changing regulations so that bump stocks would be classified as machine guns, which are illegal to possess in most cases. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives (ATF) had previously ruled that bump stocks did not qualify as machine guns, and thus would not be regulated. The Gun Owners of America lobby issued a statement on Tuesday saying they had prepared a lawsuit against the ATF and the Justice Department on behalf of the 500,000 bump stock owners forced to part with their valuable property. Agencies are not free to rewrite laws under the guise of interpretation of a statute, especially where the law's meaning is clear, said Eric Pratt, Executive Director of Gun Owners of America, the National Rifle Association (NRA), which had called for a review of bump stock devices after the Las Vegas shooting, said they were disappointed with the new ban. According to the Associated Press, NRA spokeswoman said the government should offer amnesty to current owners. The Trump administration is ready for any lawsuits, officials told reporters on a call earlier on Tuesday. According to United States media, what are bump stocks? Since 1986, it has been relatively difficult for civilians to buy new, fully automatic weapons, which reload automatically and fire continuously as long as the trigger is depressed. It is also illegal to modify the internal components of semi-automatic rifles, which typically manage about 68 shots per minute, to make them fully automatic. Gun owners can instead legally buy accessories to increase the rate of fire, like the bump stock. Bump stocks harness a rifle's recoil. They replace the weapon stock, which is held against the shoulder, and allow the rest of the rifle to slide back on the forward with airing. Shot despite having no mechanical parts or springs. The motion makes the trigger collide with a bump. The shooter's finger as long as they apply forward pressure with the non-shooting hand and rearward pressure with the shooting hand. Administration officials said that the devices are not extremely common, but there are probably tens of thousands nationwide, as media reported. Two Scandinavian women tourists have been found dead in Morocco, with cords to their necks, the country's interior ministry said. Both bodies were found near the town of Inro, in the high Atlas mountain range, near the foot of North Africa's highest peak, Mount Tepco. The women, from Denmark and Norway respectively, have not yet been named. A police investigation has been launched into their deaths, the Interior Ministry statement said. Two Scandinavian women tourists have been found dead in Morocco with the cats to their necks, the country's interior ministry said. Both bodies were found near the town of Imleo in the High Atlas mountain range, near the foot of North Africa's highest peak, Mount Abco. The women, from Denmark and Norway respectively, have not yet been named. A police investigation has been launched into their deaths, the Interior Ministry statement said. A popular tourist attraction has become the latest Chinese company to show solidarity with Huawei's chief finance officer, Meng Wanzhou, who was arrested in Canada on 1 December. Shannon Mountain Scenic Park in eastern Henan Province said it would waive the $9.40 ticket fee for anyone carrying a Huawei phone. Ms. Meng, who was given bail in Canada, faces extradition to the United States on charges of breaking Iran sanctions. Her case has upped tensions with China. Use Huawei phones, shoot grand photos on the mountain. A notice on the Shannon Park its social media account said, "We wish friends around the world who support Huawei's success and bliss. The offer would last until 29 December. The South China Morning Post reported that it was met with some criticism among China's social media users, who claimed it was discriminatory. Huawei phone owners are being offered other enticements to can get a 20% discount at a bar in Beijing. Seen in Beijing, bring a Huawei phone and get 20% off. Similar to this story we covered yesterday. https://co/pic Twitter.com Sokolov. End of Twitter post by @luoshenti. At least one firm has threatened to penalize anyone buying Apple products. A few days ago, Manpad Shenzhen-based LED and display manufacturer offered subsidies to any employees buying Huawei phones. It also pledged to fine anyone who bought an Apple iPhone. United States prosecutors alleged Ms. Meng, 46, used an Huawei subsidiary called Skycom to evade sanctions on Iran between 2009 and 2014. They also alleged she publicly misrepresented Skycom as being a separate company from Huawei, and that she deceived banks about the true relationship between the two companies. Ms. Meng, who is the daughter of Huawei's founder, has denied any wrongdoing and said she will contest the allegations. Life of Huawei is high-flying errors. The United States has been investigating the Chinese telecoms giant, the world's second-largest smartphone maker, since 2016, believing that it used Skycom to bring United States manufacturing equipment and millions of dollars in transactions to Iran in violation of sanctions. Ms. Meng's detention comes amid an increasingly acrimonious trade dispute between Washington and Beijing. China is angry at her detention, saying she has not violated any laws. Beijing has threatened severe consequences unless Canada releases the executive. Since her arrest, two Canadians, a former diplomat and a businessman, have been detained in China on suspicion of harming national security. United States President Donald Trump said last week that he might intervene in the United States Justice Department's case against Ms. Meng if it would serve national security interests or help achieve a trade deal with China. If I think it is good for what will be certainly the largest trade deal ever made, which is a very important thing, what is good for national security, I would certainly intervene if I thought it was necessary, he told Reuters news agency. Canada reacted by urging Mr. Trump not to politicize the situation. Our extradition partners should not seek to politicize the extradition process or use it for ends other than the pursuit of justice, Foreign Minister Chrystia Freeland said. Two Scandinavian women tourists have been found dead in Morocco, with cords to their necks, the country's Interior Ministry said. Both bodies were found near the town of Inro, in the high Atlas mountain range, near the foot of North Africa's highest peak, Mount Tepco. The women, from Denmark and Norway respectively, have not yet been named. A police investigation has been launched into their deaths, the Interior Ministry statement said. The United States military says it has killed 62 fighters from the Islamist group al-Shabaab in 6 airstrikes in Somalia. 4 airstrikes on Saturday killed 32 militants, and a further 2 on Sunday killed 28, it said in a statement. These were the deadliest air attacks in Somalia since November 2017, when the United States said it had killed 100 militants. Somalia has seen a sharp increase in the number of airstrikes and casualties since President Donald Trump took office in the US in January 2017.